There's a strange quiet that settles in his studio at night. No one around, just silence and his thoughts.
I'm a pro at that now. Anyway, this brings the first artist series to a close. When I started this, I didn't fully know what it would become. I just knew I needed to make something honest, something that pushed me, something that wasn't chasing, clout or approval, but just chasing truth. And over these weeks I've shown up, again and again, and sometimes inspired, sometimes doubting, sometimes exhausted, or poor me. But I showed up, every piece, every candlelit reading, every line written and rewritten, every quiet hour when no one was watching. And for me, that's the real work. And this series is about trying to make art that says something real, although not completed a piece of art. I've wrote quite a lot of poetry, so, that's a win for me. There's paintings that I'm wrestling with back there, which hopefully will get done soon. But like I said, I showed up, and that for me is as important for myself and my own mental well-being, should we say. It's been about discipline, about courage, about trying to make art that says something real. And what's more real than being sat with an artist in a studio, creating in a way. I was writing them more or less during the week, and then I'd write a piece, and then I'd come in, I'd film it, go home, spend the rest of the week editing, and put it out on a Sunday, and then just hope that it just, gives some people inspiration. I was basically trying to make something beautiful that I could bring into this world and hopefully inspire others to do the same. And that's kind of where this series was going, and where the future series are at. I aim for them to go in the same way, or place. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not very articulate. So I wrote some notes down here, which I'm reading. I'll try to stick to, but I've already gone fucking all over the place. But anyway, but yeah, it's not perfect. It's not polished to death, but it's alive. And that's, for me, that's important. But if you've watched, commented, shared, even just quietly followed along, then thank you. Truly, I always feel like it's very hard to sound sentimental when you're just talking to a camera. But it does mean a lot. Your comments definitely are encouraging. And yeah, it's nice to see that there's even just a small crowd, and I've said that in a lot of the poems I've read, or a lot of the words that I've said, like, that's not the most important thing. Is not, you don't have to perform to a huge crowd. You can just change one person's heart, and if you do that, then that, for me, it's so important. I have to tell myself that all the time. I've been quite fame hungry in a way. I think it's just coming from a place of lack, really, in the fact that I felt like I wanted to be, everyone wants to be seen or to be witnessed in some way, and I probably did chase the clout back in the day more than I've done since I've matured, maybe, and got a bit older now and a bit more happier in my own skin. I feel like the world that we're living in is very chasing success. Everything needs to be fast, quick, extroverted, and all that kind of stuff. And for me, it's not really about that. I'm not that kind of person. I like to slow down. I like to, meditate and pray in the morning. I like to spend a couple of hours doing that. And in them moments, I see who I really am as a person. And that's what I'm now trying to just get out. And as long as it's authentic to me, then I'm be quite happy. And that's what I've tried to get across in this. Your attention, again, is not a small thing. So I do appreciate it. Even if I don't sound sentimental or don't sound like I mean it, I do. I really do appreciate it, so thank you. But now the aim is just to step away for a while. Going through a bit of an house move at the minute, so that's not helping. But at the same time, Lent's coming up, and I've decided this time to, step into some desert terrain, and I'm going to step away from social media for 42 days, I think it is. Just try and completely get myself logged off, let's say, away from this machine living that we've all become so accustomed to. One, so I think it'd be good for me. Two, I feel like I can be quite passive in the things I'm doing, and I've got so many big ideas that there's a lot of half-finished stuff, and I know it's a flaw of mine. So the aim is to move away from the performative side of social media, which is basically what it is. It's just, you just look at me, everyone look at me. There is benefits to it too that I'm fully aware of, but for myself, sometimes I feel like I do get caught up in that performing, whereas I want to get down to fucking business. That's all I do. I've got loads of ideas that I need to be doing and a lot of writing in the background. So I'm going to take the 40 days off, and I'm going to basically spend it on one idea at a time and just see if I can actually finally start to finish some things, because again, it just builds up and it gets a bit annoying and start to beat myself up about it. So that's the aim over the next 40 odd days. I think it starts Wednesday, obviously, on the 18th and 19th and then it's not till Easter. So yeah, completely logged off, which is going to be good. Move into a flat by yourself and then to log off social media as well. Maybe it might be a little bit crazy, but we're going through it. So yeah, there'll be no noise, no posting, just space to listen again, to pray, to regroup, to sharpen the tools. Winter is obviously starting to loosen its grip a little bit, even though it's absolutely freezing today. The spring is around the corner. And before I begin this next chapter, which will, obviously I'm going to start to build some, rather than weekly, I think what the aim is to maybe move it to every fortnight or once a month, and maybe make it a longer piece of content rather than just quick 2 or 4 or 5 minute videos every week, because I felt like I was chasing my tail a lot of the time. So we're planning around that to make maybe something just a bit more substantial and more long form, focusing on that rather than just the short bits. Because like I say, I want to build this on YouTube. That's kind of where I spend most of my time online and on social media, is on YouTube, watching stuff, and the stuff I get from that I want to kind of give back myself in whatever, in the special way. I'm definitely special in the special way that I can. So before I go, I wanted to just leave you with one more poem, story, something like a fairy tale kind of. It's about grief, and I think it's something in this time of year that seems to bring up a lot around loss. I don't know if it's because, you know, it's the dead time, isn't it, winter, and I seem to, around these few months, yeah, a lot of stuff does come up. And it becomes a bit of a grieving process because you are locked away, these dark nights and stuff. So I wrote this, it must have been about a month or 2 ago. I think on the back of reading quite a bit of, I've just started properly reading the poets, you see. And like Yeats is like unbelievable. Honestly, I don't understand what took me so long, but Yeats is definitely a big inspiration in the past few months, across the winter really, which is good because I got into him around the start of it and he's kind of carried me through with his words. I've moved on to like Keats now and Blake and the romantic kind of poets. That kind of fits my being more than maybe a lot of other stuff, although I've just done the Iliad, which was a bit crazy, and then the Odyssey's next, so just trying to do as much as I can and learn as much as I can. So it's a story about grief. It's called The Father and the Fox. Her father's grief was made for her, built between the lake and shore, a structure on the shoreline's belt, in orange sandy mist, in orange sandy pelt. His father lost, his daughter lost, the lake a well of tears. A fox appears across the icy lake and stares as if it's known to him from a fairy's dream. The father wades through depths of mud to rid this world of feral floods. Fish population down of late. I'll scare this foul beast away, he says, while losing boots in clay. The fox stands unashamed, each look a lifetime full of looks. It licks its tender paw, but still he wafts away. He's no courtesy for pain. Go away and don't come back. Go rid yourself from off my map and into forest there, or I'll kill you where you stand. The fox stood on command and turned on fettled nook, and slowly, sent to disappear, it turned for one last look and shed a single tear. And in the tear the man did see his life throughout the years, and from the vision breached, his father standing there, so far and yet so near. He reached within the image of the tear and accidentally pulled the fox to breast and hugged its furry dress. And within a foxfoot, spell was cleared. In facing what he'd lost, his daughter reappeared. Her hair as red as fox. He held her in his arms, his heart aloft. Grief is only love without a cost. There we go.